Over the last number of years, it seems we've talked a lot about different studies which look at a possible link between cell phone use and brain cancer. Millions of people, of course, around the world could be worried about this because so many of us use cell phones and on such a regular basis. This morning, though, the latest findings from the largest study ever actually find no connection between the two.
Yeah, the study appears to be good news from the more than 285 million Americans who use cell phones right now. That's about 91% of our population. Joining us now is Dr. Carolyn Brockington. She's a neurologist. Carolyn, good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
There have been umpteen studies, as you know, and umpteen concerns. What did this study find?
Well, it's interesting because what you said is true. This is the largest study that has really looked at this topic over long term, over a long period of time. And the researchers showed that there was no evidence for an increased risk of brain tumors in the over 300,000 people that were mobile cell users over an 18-year period. So this is really a long-term study.
So as a neurologist, when you look at this study, does it say to you, okay, maybe we don't need to be too concerned about this?
Well, it's interesting because they were looking at specific gliomas. Gliomas are cancerous cells that primarily they were looking at the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is the area of the brain that is actually the closest to your ear in a cell phone. So the temporal lobe will be the largest part of the brain that gets or absorbs the most radio frequency or the most energy for the phone, and therefore maybe that would be the site that tumors develop.
People maybe can be reassured by this, but there's clearly going to be concern that continues no matter how many studies are done. Is there anything people can do in the meantime if they are still concerned while they're using their cell phone just to be extra cautious?
Well, certainly, you can use hand-free devices, right?
Does it, I have to interrupt you on that one, does it matter what kind? Because there was also some controversy on whether using a Bluetooth headset versus a headset which is connected by a cord to your phone, is one better than the other?
Right. I mean, you want to limit the exposure right close to the head, so as much as you can do that. The other thing is to look for phones that have decreased radio frequency in terms of emitting lower radio frequencies over time. And then maybe just talk to people more face-to-face, right?
Now, there's a novel concept.
No, we can't possibly do that.
We're going to text instead.
Can you find that information on how much it emits? Is it on? Are they?
Certainly. I mean, I believe that the phones have to, or the phone companies or the phone people who make the phones have to show how much the radio frequencies are emitted.
So you can look that up and ask the maker.
But it's an important study because, again, it adds to the knowledge that we already have, and the fact that this was long-term and over such a long period of time, in addition to so many people, it really sort of supports the belief that there's no direct link.
Well, great to have you here to break it down for us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much.